What's good, Eagles fans? This is your guy, Tone DeShields II from Chalk It Up Sports Philly, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. Breaking news, Dallas Goedert has just signed a 4-year extension worth a total of $59 million with $35.7 million guaranteed. Now, first and foremost, before we start to criticize the signing or the deal, I want to say congratulations to Dallas Goedert for securing that bag. At the end of the day, that man changed not only his life, but he was also able to change his family's life as well. And I hope that money goes to being able to do even more things for his family and being able to do more things, not just in his community that he grew up in, but in the Philadelphia community as well. So shout out to Dallas Goedert for being able to lock in the bag. Now, let's discuss whether or not he deserved it or not. One side of the fence says that how can you dedicate so much money to a guy who hasn't even been able to provide you a full season of football healthy? Now, granted, his rookie season, he played all 16 games, but since then, in 2019, he only played 15 games. In 2020, he only played 11 games. And this year, he's played 9 games. He's missed one game due to COVID, and he may potentially miss another game due to being in the concussion protocol from a hit he sustained in the in the Denver Broncos game, excuse me. But like I said, one side of the fence says he's had a very deep injury history. Like I said, uh, in 2018, he had a thigh hamstring sprain, and that was a non-NFL injury. Then in September 2019, he had a leg calf strain. August 19th, 2020, he had a thumb fracture. September 27th, 2020, he had a pedal ankle fracture. And December 27th of 2020, he had a leg calf strain again. And then you bring up the concussion this year and the COVID protocol, which really wasn't his fault. I really personally don't want to put too much of his injuries on him this year because the COVID one, you can't really blame him for that. And then on top of that, he got rocked in that Denver Broncos game. And honestly, when I saw the hit, he didn't look good to me in general. So I can't really put concussions on a guy. But other than that, he's been healthy, and there's a chance he can play this week. I personally believe that Dallas Goedert was bound to get the contract. Some people debate the amount of the contract. They're paying him like a top 5 tight end in his NFL, and I would love to compare his contract to other guys like Kittle and Kelsey. But nonetheless, I'm happy for the guy. I'm happy that he got paid. But like I said, some people are kind of on the fence about it, especially getting a 59 million extension with 35 million guaranteed. Now, George Kittle's contract is this. He has a contract of 5 years, worth 75 million, with the $18 million signing bonus. And it was 30 million guaranteed at signing, a total of 40 million guaranteed. So his contract doesn't supersede George Kittle's, and George Kittle was signed through the 2026 season, whereas Dallas Goedert is signed through the 2025 season. Now let's look at the Kelsey contract, because Travis Kelsey is one of the top tight ends in this NFL, and whatever he gets paid, he's well deserved. He puts up wide receiver numbers, if we're being completely honest. So Travis Kelsey's contract is right now a 4-year contract worth 57,250,000, and there was about 22 million, almost 23 million guaranteed at signing. So, and he signed through the 2026 season. So, as of right now, Dallas Goedert is in good company when it comes to his contract. I believe a year he's going to be making. Let me just make sure I'm not mistaken. Want to make sure we discuss this properly. Uh, a year he's going to be making 14.2 million. That's the average salary. Whereas Travis Kelsey is at 14.3 million, and George Kittle is at 15 million. So he's making just below Travis Kelsey and George Kittle money. Again, glad he got paid, but some people don't feel he deserved it. I personally feel that at some point you was going to have to pay him anyway. This was the contract year. He would have been a free agent coming into this offseason, and he would have got paid by somebody. That's the bottom line. Somebody would have gave him that coin. It just ended up being us. So I believe Dallas Goedert is that talented. I believe he can be a legit top 5 tight end in this NFL. He gets things done after the catch. Now, granted, a lot of people felt that Ertz maybe deserved that money as well. Ertz is still a very talented tight end in this NFL. Shout out to Zach Ertz, an Eagles legend. But the Eagles knew that they had to either keep Zach Ertz or keep Dallas Goedert, and they decided to go with youth instead of going with the lofty veteran. Now, Zach Ertz, he's doing great things in Arizona. I'm pretty sure they're probably going to extend him. Who knows? And Arizona's trying to go for it all. But Dallas Goedert, I'm actually not mad about the contract. I feel like Dallas Goedert is going to give us. I feel like he's going to give us a great return on the investment, and we're pretty much paying him based on potential. Now, when it comes to his stats, he hasn't accumulated not even a 700-yard season, and that's because he's been the second tight end behind Zach Ertz most of his career. This year it was the first year he's literally getting tight end one snaps, and so far he's been living up to expectations. Played in 9 games. Accumulated 29 receptions on 39 targets, 429 yards, averaging almost 15 yards per reception. Only 2 touchdowns. I would like to see that go up, but he's accumulated 22 first downs. His longest catch of the season was 38 yards, and he has a 74% catch rate. So he's catching 3/4 of the things, 3/4 of the catches that's coming his way. He's catching almost 75% of the catches of the passes coming his way. So I think he's been doing pretty well, all things considered, especially splitting targets with a guy like Devontae Smith, who was clearly Jalen Hurts' favorite target. But Jalen Hurts has also been doing. We've been doing a lot of running. We've been running the ball a lot as well, and we've been throwing the ball, to guys like Quez Watkins, Kenny Gainwell, so on and so forth. So Dallas Goedert, right now, I believe he is second on the team in targets total, and he's also second in catches and second in receiving yards. And since entering the NFL, he's accumulated 1,894 yards and 14 touchdowns. Not bad for mainly being a tight end 2, but now it's time for him to step up and be a tight end 1 for us. And hopefully he can play this week against the New Orleans Saints. We're definitely going to need him, and I would love to see him ball out. And he's just been having a pretty decent season thus far. I'm not mad about the deal. We're going to see if he's going to ever make a Pro Bowl. The kind of money he's getting, we're expecting Pro Bowls to come out of him. We're expecting, at some point, maybe for him to be an All-Pro at some point. You never know. But ultimately, I am happy for the guy. I'm expecting big things out of him. And it's just straight like that, man. Not too much to really get into with the deal. We got him locked in for the next 4 or 5 years until 2025. And I'm super excited to see what he brings to the table going forward. And I'll leave it at that, you guys. I'm your guy, Tone DeShields II from Chalk It Up Sports Philly, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. One love, stay humble, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay hungry. And fly, Eagles, fly.